Ian, Anissa, and Hassan, they did a stream together previously, and all Anissa did was just trash Ian on that. Talk about how, oh, my dad would would not like Ian because he ripped up the Quran and he wasn't very smart. And like straight up, she just trashed him the whole time they were on Hassan's stream. And I don't know why you would do that to your husband, especially on a public live stream, unless you're trying to get with the guy that you're talking to. Like, I just don't understand why you would do that. You're like putting up all these signs. Hey, I don't really like the guy that I'm with. Wink, wink. I don't know why else you would do that.
Bro, you literally look like a fucking free tattoo pack that you get for 25 cents from a windy thing, bro. Like literally my kids have cooler fucking tattoos from Chuck E. Cheese. And people go, oh, Mr. No, listen. That's right. I'm going after his tattoos. Bro.
They are just stunningly terrible. And on their podcast, Ian and Anissa have said they just pick them out of a book.
Anything?
Oh, I have some good news.
Yeah.
Potentially good news. Deidre Megadudu said psychology in Seattle / Kirk stood his ground. He's at the end of the video. Love him.
Fucking legend. He knows. You can't take it back. A perfect apology is a perfect apology. You can't unperfect an apology.
Wait, is this real? Hold on.
After the better part of a decade-long hiatus, Idubbbz has returned with Content Cop. And in the past, he would do these Content Cops on fairly novel targets. Wouldn't be the type of person who gets videos made about them all the time, the way that H3H3 does. So I thought that was kind of disappointing because usually you'd be looking for some unique criticisms, things that haven't been said over and over again, the way pretty much everything in his video has been said. And because of that, I think it's going to have a lot less impact than all of the Content Cops he's done in the past. I wouldn't say that the Content Cops would ruin people's careers, but they would have a little blip there, whether it was in their public perception or channel views, subscribers, that sort of thing. And also, I swear, I remember they used to have like jokes in them. There was an attempt to be funny, and there was skits throughout. But this Content Comp just had the one intro skit. I mean, barely even a skit. He just puts the suit on and then goes and makes some hilarious faces. But Ethan found out about this while he was live on stream. That was probably the hardest hitting part of all of this that I've seen, is that Ethan found out that the Content Cop was about him live on his show. Because I had heard, he announced it like a week ago, and there was some talk that, it might be about Ethan. The one I heard that I thought was the most likely was Asmongold. I could have seen that for sure. And I didn't really think it would be about Ethan, mainly because Lena is an employee of Ethan, and also she's fighting on Creator Clash 3. So I thought, well, I don't think Ian would want to make it that awkward and uncomfortable for her. But no, he didn't care about that. So anyway, this is really what I think is the highlight of the whole Content Cop thing, is just that Ethan found out about it live.
What happened? There's more bad news?
I do have some more bad news for you. Some breaking news. Your old friend Idubbbz just released a video.
Yeah.
It's about you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. That is no, it can't be.
Well,
it actually can't be. Holy fuck, dude.
It sure is.
Oh my God. Holy fuck.
And from a quick scrub through, I think
I mean, he honestly here is flabbergasted. And it really goes to show how Ethan was just not really recognizing that Idubbbz was not interested in being friends anymore. I feel like he should have been clued into that a little bit after the whole reaching out about, hey, all this CPS stuff is going on. People are trying to get my children taken away. Could you just, in solidarity, vouch for me? And Ian and Anissa went on their podcast and they're like, no, we're not doing that. We don't want to get involved, but you should go to therapy, Ethan. And one of the main reasons that they said they didn't want to talk about it is because, well, a lot of the time talking about this just makes it worse. It just gets more people tuned in and talking about this, and makes it worse. But Ethan didn't care about it being worse or more eyes being on this. He felt like all of his friends were abandoning him, turning their backs on him, and he wanted one of his friends to show some solidarity. That's my perspective, at least, on why Ethan asked for that. And to me, that should have been like, oh man, I I really think that this guy might, like, not only did he put the knife in my back, but I think he might twist it now.
Well, it's going to be a little spicy.
Let's watch it. I mean, so like the thing is like this guy went from saying he didn't want to get involved to supporting people calling CPS, like associating with people calling CPS on my family. An atmosphere where someone like Bad Empanada is being platformed by people like Matt Lieb and Denims, who are friends with.
It looks like they're both in the video.
Check the description.
Oh my God! Like what? Like what? Why? What would I do to like fucking like what kind of fucking like bro? What kind of cowardly bullshit is this? Like we have one disagreement where I get upset because you guys aren't defending me publicly after everything I've done to support you guys, and like you bring on people who are fucking.
I mean, to be fair, you did say you had no interest in being friends anymore or whatever. But I think, yeah, at that point you should have realized I don't think Ian likes me at all. Like, there's a a good chance, especially with how he's been schmoozing with Hassan and well, trying to schmooze with Hassan. You know, he was on a stream previously, and just the way he talks about stuff these days. You know, he was way edgier in the past, and he's very much gone towards the progressive end of things. And Ethan did that, I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago was the height of that, but he's kind of been drawing back from that a little bit. I think he still mostly has progressive views, but he's not as like PC about it and that sort of thing. The way Ian very much is PC about it, and he apologized to the entire black community for making his video about Jinx, who was literally a worthless leech. Like, if you have problems with React content these days, you would have massive problems with Jinx. He would just sit there, have no commentary, and laugh at the videos. And Ian apologized to the entire black community because he made a video about Jinx.
Denims and Frogan, who did a fucking anti-Semitic tier list, and you're platforming them and co-signing them. And by the way, to even make it even more crazy, Lena's fighting in your fight, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I actually can't believe that he did this. It's actually fucking unreal.
Pretty wild.
And it's just so pathetic too. Like, talk about a bandwagon. Like, bro, this is the edgy, cool content you're trying to make a play to like fucking warm up to.
Idubbbz is clearly not interested in being edgy or cool anymore. He's left that behind in the past, right? Now he likes to do Chex Mix reviews and talk about the most boring stuff possible on his podcast while his wife embarrasses him talking about his IBS and like what a not great person he was.
By the way, Idubbbz, Lena's fucking having a panic attack because why would you do this and not even tell her? Like, why would you invite someone on the show and do this? It's just fucking mean-spirited. I can't. I'm genuinely in disbelief. I am genuinely in disbelief. And by the way, I know all the criticism that all these people level against me, and there's no shot that this video holds.
Well,
all the criticism that all the.
At this point, it had 7,000 upvotes to 1.1. I don't know if I have the same dislike extension that Dan or whoever is sharing the screen here has. And obviously, these are not accurate. It's basically made up based off of patterns of people who use these extensions. but now it has more dislikes than likes, according to the dislike extension that I use. That's crazy.
These people level against me, and there's no shot that this video holds any fucking water. I'll watch the whole thing. I don't give a fuck. Oh, and great, you got psychology in Seattle. My 10 out of 10 perfect apology.
It could be in jeopardy, dude.
This is actually...
It could be in jeopardy.
This is...
Oh, yeah, and that reminds me. I mean, man, this last content cop really was just underwhelming trash. And it ends off, the most embarrassing, scathing part of it is Idubbbz cries at the end. Just bawling his eyes out, talking to some YouTube psychology guy. And he didn't even get the apology grade for Ethan's apology brought down. The dude kept it at an A.
This is actually fucking unbelievable. People were like, oh, he's doing a content cop. I was like, oh, okay. The best guess I heard was like, oh, maybe he's doing it on Kick. Maybe he's doing it on Kick.
I mean, I think he's trying to get at the PDF hunters on Kick, because they do crazy stuff like smash pumpkins on top of the guys' heads and stuff. You know, the type of stuff where you're basically going to get the case thrown out and get the reap let off scot-free because you ruined the case. I think that would have been a decent target too. Oh, he hit the button for only the audio here. I think this is the part where he says the "see you next Tuesday" word.
The audio. I said the C word. Bro,
wait, if you just hit the audio, it's more confusing.
Well, I just... Right.
Whatever. They'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, I guess that one doesn't work. I hit the C... I said the C word, so I hit the audio. I can't believe how fucking insane this is. Holy shit, bro. I mean, people that watch this show know how much, like, I've stood up for him during that whole time when, like, the entire internet was accusing Anissa of being, like, some succubus. And the amount that we went to bat for him, stuck our necks out for him, promoted both of his fucking boxing events, like, with our whole chest.
And obviously, Ethan has said stuff similar to this in the past when he was upset that Ian wouldn't come out against all the CPS stuff. And Ian talks about it in his content cop, and he says, oh, I don't want to be part of this transactional relationship or whatever. But, like, yeah, you shouldn't think of relationships as transactional. You shouldn't constantly do that. But if it's... you step back and you realize, oh, hey, I'm always giving and giving and giving, and I never really get to take from this relationship. It's going to make you think, oh, I don't know if this is a friendship worth having. And to me, that seemed like what Ethan was saying. Whereas Ian was like, oh, wow, you're saying it's transactional? Well, I mean, show me what you've done to kind of make up for the times Ethan has come out and stood up for you, right? Because Ian was super, super hated by, like, his entire fan base when Anissa started doing OnlyFans. And Ethan brought him onto his podcast and defended him on his own and stuff like that. And he promoted Creator Clash. Like, he's done stuff for Ian continually. And I have not really seen Ian do that for Ethan at all, really. So I think that's what Ethan was upset about it. Not that, oh, I did this for you, now you're supposed to do this for me. It's that, man, I am regularly giving to this guy and I never get to take. He never gives back.
How is it that he's going to ally with someone like Denims and Frogan and Noah Sampson? Noah Sampson, who says I'm...
Looks like he makes an appearance.
And Matt Lieb.
Too. Yeah.
How
the whole gang.
How
it's the whole gang.
I'm genuinely in shock. I cannot believe what a fucking cowardly, bandwagony, shitty fucking move this is. I'm just in disbelief. I'm gonna watch it live.
Should you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't care. But, like, why?
I just don't think... I feel like you're going to get really emotional and say something you regret.
Well, I've got the button.
I mean, that's true.
I'm
And that was, I could not believe that that was a whole segment on Ian's H3 Content Cop, the button. And it was so stupid because he says, oh, sure, if everybody else could afford a $20,000 button to bail themselves out of situations, they would do it. But because they don't, it changes how they approach doing these shows. And it was like, yeah, that's why I like that Ethan has the button. Because I grew up listening to Opie and Anthony, and they had a dump button, and that allows them to not be so filtered, to not reserve themselves as much. Because if they do mess up and they go a little too far, oh, it can just get dumped, right? I don't want to listen to somebody who's constantly filtering what they say. Oh, I don't want to say anything that's too much, right? I would much prefer somebody's being unfiltered, and then when they need to, they can hit the dump button. Terrible, stupid criticism.
Like, I know you don't have a problem taking it head on, but I just feel
Of course not. Because I know that
you're understandably upset, and I feel like it might be a little.
I think that for me,
And stop cucking the content, all right? Sure, you might be acting in Ethan's best interests, but you're ruining the content, all right? You're jeopardizing the content.
to show, like, I don't need to fucking pre-watch this. I don't need someone else to hold my hand through it. Like, I'm ready to take on anything that these people have to say about me. I'm just
Fair enough.
I'm in disbelief. Why would you do this to Lena, of all people? Like, what the fuck is she supposed to do? She's been training. You couldn't at least wait till after Creator Clash? You didn't even think to give her a heads up? AB fought in 2 of your things, man. Don't you?
I mean, if he was going to do this, it would be kind of ridiculous that he gives Lena a heads up, because obviously she's going to tell Ethan.
Don't you feel like some obligation to them?
But it is, I'm not saying that it's not crappy for him to do that. Obviously it is, but considering that he was committed to doing this, obviously he's not going to tell Lena.
Maybe
I checked.
maybe he's defending you.
I checked my phone. Ian did just message me. He said, "I'm sorry to put you in the position."
Wow, what a fucking nice guy. Just message you now.
He said he dragged me when I was already unhappy with what was going on. I didn't appreciate that, especially since he refused to get on the phone with me.
What?
It was meant.
He says he dragged me when I was already unhappy with what was going on. So it seems like the CPS call out is what prompted this, which, I mean, makes sense, pretty intuitive that that's what it would be, but it also makes sense now why they were so tight-lipped and wishy-washy when they did the podcast about it, because they didn't want to show their hand that, oh yeah, we're gonna do a content cop on him.
I didn't appreciate that, especially since he refused to get on the phone with me.
What?
It was meant to go live before the show, but I was having.
Like, I just 100% do not believe that. It is, oh, it was supposed to go live before you guys went live. Like, this is not, the content cop is not the type of video I do where I record it, I slap the intro and the outro on it, and I upload it. That sort of thing, maybe technical issues would delay me putting it out. But if it's an edited video that you're putting time into, you upload it before you plan to release it, and it's sitting there completely ready to go for hours or days. I straight up do not believe Ian when he says this.
When I was already unhappy with what was going on, I didn't appreciate that, especially since he refused to get on the phone with me.
What?
It was meant to go live before the show, but I was having technical difficulties. Again, I'm sorry you're caught in the middle. And I know you tried to de-escalate, but it's clear Ethan isn't interested in de-escalating.
De-escalate? I just said...
And it's just such a lame move. It's like, really, you're going to put this video out and be like, oh, sorry to the crew, guys. Like, no. What is an apology worth here, right? If you were sorry, you wouldn't have put them in the situation. You could have just waited till after Creator Clash to do the video, right? If you were actually sorry. But he's clearly not. And he's too soft to just put the video out and stand on it. He's going to go snakily in the background and text AB, and I'm assuming he texted Lena too. It's just so lame. So lame.
I vented about them not defending me. What the fuck is he like? He's actually losing his shit and I just can't believe it, dude.
Should you call him up? Call him up right now.
This is like the most cowardly, insane flip shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, I genuinely can't believe it. Like, this guy is actually trying to make his comeback on the back of this insanity.
Well, Noah said it. It's the industrial complex is strong right now. Baby.
I just expected
Also, I'm
better.
sure this is all going to get clipped, and I love that I'm looking like this for all this.
At least I don't have black hair.
True.
The thing is, like, he just went on an apology tour being like, all of the content cops I made were mean-spirited and bad. And I'm taking down all of them, even the ones about Rice Gum and Leafy. But he's like, no, actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag.
What if this one isn't mean? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is crazy because Idubbbz did exactly that. He talked about how terrible it was to do the content comp and nobody had done it on ever deserved it. And then the way he copes in the content comp for this one, he's like, oh, well, I'll have all of his haters say some contrived nice thing about Ethan at the end of the video. And that means it's not like the other content cops. That means it's not mean-spirited or crappy to do to people then. Because at the end of it, a bunch of people who talk crap about Ethan all of the time said one nice thing about him.
It's impossible looking at who he's thinking.
Right, yeah.
It's impossible. Oh my god, dude. This is beyond fucking unreal. This is unreal, man. The thing is, like, everybody in my fan base already knows everything that these people are going to say. So, like, it's not going to affect me. It's just for him to get, like, kudos off the back of these psychopaths. What about Hila? Oh.
Yeah, no, it is just dumb. Like I was saying earlier, they used to be novel. The people that he would go after would be something of an event. It's like, oh, I haven't seen anybody try to do a takedown of this person. And that made it more of an event. That made it more worthwhile to watch it. And now it's like, oh, let me be the 423rd anti-Ethan video this year.
She's on the way?
Oh, yeah, she said she's coming to the office. She's leaving the house now, she said.
Oh, about this?
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to be pissed, bro. These people, man. I can't. I'm genuinely shocked. Like, I'm genuinely fucking shocked.
Should we wait to talk about it, or you want to talk about it now?
I suggested that.
I think we should.
Go ahead. You can suggest. I'm open to suggestions.
Just in terms of, like, it being in the moment, maybe do we want to watch it off and then talk about it on Friday?
Personally, God, it's so stupid that I even need to fucking react to this shit now. Like, I've been trying not to, like, interface with all this shit, especially.
I don't know about that. And I only watch H3H3 for these YouTube segments that I do. But it seems like he did the content nuke and kept talking about all the Hassan, Israel, Palestine stuff. It seemed like he talked about that quite a bit. Maybe very recently he has taken a break from it, but I don't know how much I agree with that assertion that he's trying to step back from all of this. Because really, what I think he should have done is he should have dropped the content nuke on Hassan, and then when Hassan said that he wanted to debate, he should have said, if you watch the video, I'll debate you about it, and then that should have basically been it. I think that would have been the best way to handle that. Not that, like, he can't talk about it or anything. I think that would have been, like, the strongest move for him to do it that way.
Especially all these little scumbag channels that, like, have been making videos about me. And now he's forcing this conversation to continue and platforming this group of fucking psychopaths, minus Kirk, legend, 10 out of 10. I'm in pure disbelief, man. What do you guys mean? Call him now? I haven't even seen the video. Why would I call him?
Because I had suggested that a minute ago.
No, but
he was saying that you wouldn't take his phone call.
I would call him. I just need to know what the fuck he's gonna say in it. I personally think it's kind of a play of supreme confidence that I'm willing to watch it right now, because once again, there's nothing he can say that hasn't already been debunked. Is he actually taking the Zionist path on this? Is he actually doing that?
I haven't watched his video, so I don't
But like, I mean, judging by the people he's
probably. Yeah, that seems like a fair assumption based off of the credits here. So, yeah.
Dude, this is unreal. Let's do a poll. I see people are. I can do it now.
They're
gonna
tell
say
you.
watch.
They're going to tell you to watch.
There's no
it,
point for a
obviously.
poll.
Well, let's see. I'm curious. They could say watch.
I just think
Well, if Hila's coming. By
Yeah,
the way,
for
we got to
sure.
change the title.
I understand your impulse. I just think
That clickbait is nothing compared to what we got now.
yeah, true. Maybe it's actually that's a pretty good title considering.
Yeah.
Idubbbz made me quit YouTube.
Oh man,
My very first YouTube video on my channel was why Idubbbz will never content cop H3H3.
oh AB,
AB, why
you
did
can
you
never
do
make
this?
definitive statements
Jinxed it.
like that.
Well, he didn't realize that I'm actually Israeli. He didn't know that fucking Hila did mandatory service and that I
wait.
lived in Israel.
Zoom out. It's because it's private, AB. If you hadn't privated it,
Oh,
because he probably searched first to see if anybody had forbidden that, but it's private, so.
I genuinely. There's just so many reasons that this is insane. I'm genuinely at a loss here. Like, wow.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you should do it off stream. Because I feel like, I don't know. This escalated initially because we were live and you guys were heated about I forget what it was, but
it was the froggy guy.
Did he message Lena or just you? Because like, she's a human being too, by the way.
I don't know.
And this is about her. She's the one fighting. Why is he apologizing to you? Like, say sorry to her, you dumb fuck.
He might have. She's in the bathroom.
Dude, this is so fucked up.
Bummer, man. Had some funny videos in here. And we're going to talk about Olivia watching Lord of the Rings.
I don't mean
watch it,
to
Olivia?
make it
She watched the
about.
first half.
I don't mean to make it about us, but man, I do feel bad for Lena. I had the full support of the whole audience the first time, and it was still so tough.
Yeah.
She's worked so hard.
And I know
Yeah.
Ethan offered, to buy her out previously, but she doesn't feel right taking, that large amount of money from Ethan for nothing. So it's just a shitty situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just crazy to me that Ian is willing to do this sort of drama blow up. Because in the last Creator Clash, he said he didn't want Sam Hyde involved because of that drama and he thought it might ruin the event. But now with H3, like the biggest person promoting Creator Clash at all, he's like, oh yeah, no, I'll blow up that relationship. I'll have drama with them for Creator Clash 3. Just really does not make any sense. If you were gonna say, oh yeah, I don't want to do the Sam Hyde drama, it might ruin the event. Which Sam Hyde did do a lot to promote the event too, to be fair. Probably not as much as Ethan did, but the Sam Hyde Froggy Fresh stuff was a big part of why people were interested in the previous Creator Clash. And then he's like, well, no, that was a bad idea, but let me do it again with like the only person who supports Creator Clash 3.
Listen, and I'm not gonna fucking begrudge Lena's hard work already. I said then, and I'll say it now. Like, if she wants to fight, I support her. She's worked hard, and she should go have her moment, right? 100%. I'm not gonna tell her that she has to quit, but I'm sure from a personal POV, she's gonna feel like she's fucked either way.
yeah.
She's been afraid that she's going to get booed, which I don't think's going to happen, but
Dude,
That'd be fucked.
When Lena goes out there, I'll be there screaming. Okay.
There you go.
why would he do this? Why?
Yeah.
Like, and why so urgent? When is this Creator Clash happening?
June?
In June?
June.
I mean, if Hila's coming, I feel like we gotta watch it. Or well, we'll see. What's the poll?
I think you and Lena, or you and Hila can watch it if you really want to. I didn't put up a poll. There's no point putting up a poll. The poll's going to tell you that you should watch it. The people, The people obviously want to see that. I just think it might be wise to watch it, think out your thoughts, and respond in a calm way. Because there's no chance that you don't get heated. Which, like,
Bro,
not
this
that
guy's been in my house like many times.
I feel like the best way to respond would be for him to do a prepared video reviewing it. Do like a content nuke on Ian and his content cop. I feel like that would be the strongest response.
Which, like,
Bro, this
not that
guy's been in my house like many times.
Yeah, no, I mean that's pretty. You guys were buddies for a long time.
He texted me like one time, like, "Hey, dude, we should talk this out." And I was like, "I don't feel like having this conversation right now." That's it.
No,
this is like straight up clout chasing.
I thought you did talk with him at one point.
Yeah, I wish we got to actually see the texts, because I don't know if it was just Ethan asking or saying, "Hey, I would really appreciate if you came out and said we don't agree with what our former editor said," and Ethan takes care of his kids in his house. Or he was saying, if you want to continue the relationship, you need to do that. That's like, if he was making those the terms of continuing the friendship, then I think that's ridiculous and way too far. I mean, it's still kind of silly just to ask, hey, can you tweet out that I don't feed my kids poop? But like I said earlier, I think the reason that he asked for that is because he feels like everybody's turning his back on him. So it would be nice if one of his friends went out and publicly said, no, we're with Ethan here on this. So I wish we could see the text so I could see, well, how was Ethan asking for this statement? Was he genuinely just asking, or was he putting terms on the friendship that required Ian to say something?
Or was it that you talked with Anissa?
I was chatting with Anissa.
Oh, okay.
And then it came up because they were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the way, they're the ones that like started this conversation by talking about it on the podcast. Be like, hey, I'm not getting involved.
I think that was their response after you guys initially called.
I was gonna say, didn't they do that after Ethan said that Ian and Anissa are no friends? He doesn't want any fair weather friends.
Them out.
Oh yeah, because it was his editor, Froggy psychopath.
Yeah,
that's what it happened. Their editor was saying psycho shit about Hila and me, calling us like baby killers and shit. And I was like, damn, bro, you're not even gonna say anything? Like, what the hell? That's crazy, dude.
Well, considering they made this video, sounds like they endorse him 100%.
Say what?
I said since they made this video, it seems like they endorse Froggy Tonic then.
Yeah, it seems like they agreed
This
with
is their
him.
response to that.
It sounds like they think Hila's a baby killer, which is crazy considering they've...
And then I'm not trying to defend them, but based on what they were saying on their show, is for them to get involved, we're staying out of getting too involved in this in general, the conflict. So if they first start talking about it and they're calling out someone who's pro-Palestinian, then that's going to reflect on them like they're taking a stance in the conflict overall, which is why I always say even talking about this in general is just such a shit show because...
Yeah, but I don't think that's what Ethan was asking for them to comment on at all. I think he wanted them to comment on the CPS stuff. And just, like, what else did the Froggy Tonic... He said that, like, Ethan killed their dog by feeding it cheese and that sort of stuff. That I think was more so what Ethan wanted Ian to disavow or whatever.
They don't want to take a stance overall. What is this? They're doing a video with Hassan Denims, Sean DeBlack, Frogan, Noah Sampson, and Matt Lieb.
Oh, I mean, they're
that's like
taking
the
a stance
ensemble
now.
of disgusting.
You know who's not there?
Who?
Mike from PA.
Oh, Mike from PA, what a bitch! Yo, you didn't even make it into this pathetic.
There is the silver lining.
That's so funny, actually.
Damn.
I think that's so funny. Mike, do you see how pathetic you are? You weren't invited.
Never the bride, always the bridesmaid.
Always, man.
It's tough.
Every time I look at you, you remind me of him.
Me too.
Me?
Yeah.
Just with the hair.
Oh, well, I got to abandon ship. I got to abandon ship immediately.
No.
Oh, no. Can't remind you of Mike from PA?
You're Dan from LA.
Dan from LA. That's right.
I'm flabbergasted.
So I'm kind of at a loss
And
for
once again,
words
like
right now.
the thing is, this isn't going to do anything to me because we've already been having this conversation for like 2 years now.
Yeah, I don't know. It
Like,
Yeah, that's why it's such a lame subject for a content cop. This conversation's been had over and over and over again. Right back in the day, content cop used to change public perception on people. But this conversation's been had over and over again. Everybody's entrenched in their views already.
so it's
it does
literally
kind of
just
feel a
for
little
him.
like added to the pile, you know.
It's literally just for clout. I can't believe it, dude. I feel bad for Lena and AB. You guys show some love to Lena because like this really sucks for her. Lena, she shouldn't feel bad or scared. You know what I mean? Like she did nothing wrong.
She's anxious in general. You guys could be fine and she'll still be anxious, but this is just
Yeah, of course I don't.
Yeah, it's kind of next level.
Well, yeah. As I said to the audience, because she did get some shit last time when we were talking about it. She doesn't really have a choice. She put in the money. She's gonna do it. Like that's
Well, they say we'll pay you back,
right. The
which
fighters
is kind
get
of fucking
reimbursed.
weird. I don't
Yeah.
know why they wouldn't just pay you up front for that. I mean, it's just
I feel like they did that to reduce fighter costs because the last time around, I'm pretty sure they just gave them 20K or whatever it was to all the fighters, and you had people like the Super Mega guy, one of the guys that's in Super Mega, looked like he did literally zero training. He just took the money and did nothing. So I think if you do it this way, people will spend the money more responsibly, and you'll end up reimbursing the fighters less than you would have if you just gave them a check at the beginning. I would think that's why it is. They're trying to not lose a bunch of money on this creator clash the way they did last time, but I have no idea. I'm just speculating.
so cowardly when like everybody's dogpiling on me. Like this is the time to make a content cop. I thought it was supposed to be like
Bandwagon.
I can't. Bro, I can't. This is next level. Wow.
Oh,
This conversation.
Yeah, it's like,
You're
I
coming
was putting
back.
my wig back on. And I got distracted.
This conversation is so pointless too, because like if I like you'd be like, oh, I'm gonna go make like a well-reasoned H3 video response, but like it doesn't matter because everybody's already entrenched in this conversation, and he's appealing to like Hassan fans.
Well, yeah, it's like Mika's Rhetoric already made the ultimate H3 video. There's no need for another one. That's as good as it gets.
Then nothing matters. It's just like more fucking pointless shit. Just when I try to escape, they pull me back in. I really was trying to move on from this conversation. Isn't that crazy?
Who knows? Maybe it's like the Rice Gum content cop was called Jake Paul content cop, and he's like, psych.
No, it's not.
It's really on Psychology in Seattle.
It's on Dan.
Oh no!
That goddamn A+.
Oh no!
Hassan is already watching it live, of course. Well, I mean, obviously. He watches Bad Empanada videos live.
I can't stand Hassan.
Watching the...
Yeah, well, and Hassan's in the video, so I would think there's a decent chance he knew about it ahead of time. Like, obviously he knew about the video ahead of time, but he probably knew the release ahead of time.
New Idubbbz content cop, by the way. Now he's like the darling of the left. He was the N-word guy.
Right.
Hey, guys, I'm not the N-word guy anymore. I'm one of you. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys, right?
I don't know if that's...
Yeah, it definitely does seem like Ian doesn't know what to do with his content anymore. He said he doesn't really feel comfortable and confident doing YouTube videos anymore the way that he used to in the past. And I don't think he knows what vein or genre, what he wants to do with his content right now. And he is trying out the lefty progressive thing, seeing if he can get in on that. and so he wants to appeal to Hassan and his orbiters. But I wouldn't think the people who watch Hassan and co would be interested in watching the N-word F-word guy. I wouldn't think they'd really want to watch him. And also, it's not like he's that very good at it, right? He doesn't know all that much about politics. If you listen to them talk on their podcast, not particularly educated at all about this stuff at all. I'm not saying that I am either, but like I don't know why anybody would go to Ian and or Anissa for lefty politics stuff.
That's what the video is.
Come on, guys. I'm one of you. I fucking hate Jews too, guys. Let's get after it.
Oh, also, people like Kino Casino have said this, and so obviously they gild the lily very often and stuff, but I truly do think that part of this could be that Anissa wants to get some from Hassan. She would like to engage amorously with Hassan, and so she's probably doing what she can to nudge Ian in this direction. Right? I don't think she controls him the way some people make it out to be, but I really do think there could be something to that Anissa would like to engage amorously with Hassan, and so she's doing what she can to nudge Ian into that vein of content.
Israelis have no right to defend themselves.
Because they did a stream with Ian, Anissa, and Hassan. They did a stream together previously, and all Anissa did was just trash Ian on that. Talk about how, oh, my dad would not like Ian because he ripped up the Quran and he wasn't very smart, and like straight up, she just trashed him the whole time they were on Hassan's stream. And I don't know why you would do that to your husband, especially on a public live stream, unless you're trying to get with the guy that you're talking to. Like, I just don't understand why you would do that. You're like putting up all these signs. Hey, I don't really like the guy that I'm with. Wink, wink. I don't know why else you would do that.
Actually, all Israelis are settlers. Actually, what is he going to give me a history lesson now? Is he a historian?
I don't know. I think you should just watch the video and then respond again.
Well, there's no shot that I'm not going to be able to do just ignore it now. That's weird, right?
On today's episode, I mean, we could just talk about Lord of the Rings.
Let me get a taste of
nice.
it. Let me get a taste of it. The first time I get pissed, I'll turn it off. If I start to get too... That's going to happen the first like that second. Some people are saying the CTE is starting to take effect, I guess. That would be comforting if there was some explanation, at least.
Comforting if Ian had CTE.
Do the poll, actually. I'm curious if because if is it 90% yes or is it 70% yes?
Well, so what are let's make sure it's a good poll. Hey, bitch. Ballhop, thank you for the 50 gifted memberships. Wow, that's very nice. It's a little consolation prize for you.
Stupid, bro.
Thank you, Ballhop 13.
Yeah, that's worth completely losing a friend that you had for years. But, I got 50 gift subs out of it.
And it's so funny. People go, oh, he's a conservative now. I hear that all the time. Simply because I don't think innocent Israelis should be killed, right? He's a conservative now. And they want that to be so bad. They're just poisoning every leftist circle for you to ever associate with, and leaving the only option open to you to have any friendly discourse with anybody is conservatives. Obviously, my opinions on everything has not changed one sec. I've been consistent basically since the beginning of doing this podcast, in my opinion. So obviously, I'm not conservative. That's insane. My opinion is only that Israelis shouldn't kill themselves or shouldn't die. Israeli civilians.
Side note, Nicole Concilio just texted me. I just sent you an Uber Eats gift card so you and Lena could have dinner tonight on me.
Oh,
who's that?
That's so nice.
Oh,
Lena's best friend.
Oh, that's very
That's
sweet.
so sweet.
Yeah, that's good.
What are my... I don't know how to do this.
Should I watch the video? Let me call Ela and see if she's... I don't know if she's coming here for this or what.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, she is. Oh, no.
Let me call her. But what I was going to say is, like, this is just going to get me more support amongst conservatives, which is like they're desperate for that to be the case. I'm not doing anything. I'm not saying anything differently. Because now it's going to be like the quartering and all these people that come out and be like,
Idubbbz is a cook.
yeah, exactly. Something I've never said, that I defended him all. Hey, Ela. Hello? Oh, something happened. Hold on.
Well, there goes that.
Hey,
You're coming here?
yes, I am.
So she's on the air.
Yeah, obviously you're live. Did you you're coming here because of this content cop? Okay.
I told you.
Your thoughts on this so far? I mean, we're debating if we should watch it or not.
I know I'm having an internal debate too, and with myself.
That's what internal means, Ela.
I know I'm having an internal debate too, and with myself. If we should do it now or not, because on the one hand, I'm so fired up, I don't even know what to do with myself, which is why I'm coming. On the other hand, I don't know if that's a good state to be in live.
That's the Ela kind of spitting.
On the third
Kind of
hand,
spitting right now.
my son is already watching it live, promoting it.
Stop looking out for Ethan, all right, Dan? I've had enough of that. You should prioritize the content over your boss and potentially friend. I don't know what type of relationship they have exactly, but sacrifice Ethan for the content if you have to, Dan. My goodness.
Everything.
Yeah, of course.
And on the fourth hand that I wish I had, I mean, who gives a fuck, you know?
No, it doesn't.
So,
Like I said, it's not going to affect us at all, because our community's already been having this conversation, and everybody who's still watching understands that these people are insane.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay. Also, I think it's kind of Sigma just to go in raw.
Right.
Sigma.
Or Ligma.
It's Ligma.
Or Ligma.
We're like Ligma.
How far are you?
I just left because it took me a minute to get. I'm bringing the dogs and everything, so it took me a minute to get ready.
Good. Bring the support animals.
But if you want to start watching, you can. I'm listening.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want.
Well, so I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna see. Let's do the poll. Let's see like how much percent yes it is.
Should Ethan watch the Idubbbz videos? Just yes or no?
I can't believe I'm on the
feel like
phone
that's
with
a
a
bad
Zionist
poll.
baby killer, Ela.
Yeah, I know.
Should Ethan watch the video
I'm sure
right
this video
now?
is gonna help
Yes.
the state of my being online, because it already is. Like every time I post, it's like the raider of Ramallah is that's what they call me.
That's the part I can't believe, is like he's just doing a dog pile. It's like a needless dog pile just to fucking win like clout with these actual like tanky losers.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad for Lena. Like she's not doing well, and understandably, that's really fucked. All right, well, I guess I'll.
And there's a huge part of boxing or, any sort of one-on-one fight like that. The mental game is a huge part of it. And there's no way that this doesn't mess with your head. So it's kind of just spitting on all of the training and time and money that she spent on preparing for this. Like, it is really, really lame of Ian to do that. And like, not. I feel like he should, if he was going to do that, he should have had something prepared right away where like, okay, Lena, I'm paying you and I already have a replacement lined up or something like that. That's probably, given if he was doing the content comp for sure, that's probably the best thing he could do. It's still very, very lame to do because you are kind of still disrespecting all of her time, money, and effort that she put into it. But at least she doesn't have to, make that decision. Do I go through with it, or is it going to be too uncomfortable and intense? But yeah,
See,
just because one of the points that Ian brought up is that, oh, these employees, they're in this terrible work environment, and he doesn't, he's not as nice to his employees as he could be. Which, I mean, obviously we don't see everything, we just see the stuff that's on the podcast. But basically, every time there's a story about how awful Ethan is to his employees, it's completely overblown. And at a normal workplace, it would be absolutely nothing. Like, you would forget about it by the end of the day if it happened at your workplace. It's a way more chill place to work than the average person's job. And besides that, this is the type of job, if you want to work on the H3 podcast, you have more insight into that job than any other job that you could possibly interview for. They broadcast what you'll be doing and the environment that you'll be in. So if they didn't want to do that, they could just not apply.
See you when I see you, and you're listening, so you'll know what we do end up doing.
I mean, it's really irresponsible of him. I feel like at this point he needs to pay her and have her not do it and pay her still.
That would be good. You should at least do that, right?
Well, the thing is, it would screw over the other fighter that Lena's fighting.
Oh, AB's saying it would screw over the other fighter too. But I mean,
I still pay them.
Oh, yeah, that's why if he was going to do this, he should have lined somebody else up or had backups from the beginning. I don't know. Maybe he does do that, have backups in case some of the fights fall through.
Too. Welcome to the club of owning a business, you know? He wants to be a responsible adult, apparently. All of a sudden, he cares so much. He started to care so much. He can't stop caring.
He just discovered empathy.
He forgot to care about Lena.
Yeah, he just discovered empathy, by the way. And
yeah.
And that only extends to the point where you're actually talking about Jewish people or Israelis. Then empathy stops, and they should all be murdered. Put the poll up, Dan. Don't be shy.
Huh?
Put the poll up if we should pay Lena and fighter and cancel this.
Well, I said yes, watch it now, or no, watch it off there, then talk about it.
Yes, watch it now. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
That's
not going to tell me that's a bad poll.
No, that's fair.
Okay.
I don't know what to do with this. Yeah, I mean, 70%. The people just want the blood sports.
They want the blood sport, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they're right.
I feel like that's what Ian wanted too. I fully do not believe that there was technical issues holding this up. I think he had it uploaded it and ready to go well beforehand, before putting it out. And I think he wanted to put Ethan on the spot live and get him to react like that, thinking that that would be the worst performance. Right? It would be a stronger rebuttal if he watched this on his own, prepared some stuff, had clips and context stuff ready to go in a more prepared response than doing it on the fly. I think that was Ian's intentions, to try and get the worst response possible from Ethan just doing it live on the spot.
Call sports.
It's so annoying though that I got to go home and watch this stupid fucking video and then come back and watch it again. It's just so stupid, dude. And I know what all these people say. The fact that he has cameos from Hassan Denims, Shonda Black, Frogan, Noah Sampson, and Matt Lieb is fucking nuts.
I was checking on Lena in the bathroom. Did you say Psychology in Seattle as well?
Yeah. That's the one that hits. That's the one hits the hardest.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he stood by you, Ethan. So hopefully that lightens the blow once he hears that part, that you kept the perfect apology.
That's the one that hits. That's the one hits the hardest.
Yeah.
You know, that one really hits hard. I'm gonna have to get him disbarred for that. This is highly inappropriate.
Disbarred?
Or I don't know what it calls when you're a psychologist.
Malpractice.
Yeah. I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm sure his involvement is something silly. Yeah, dude. All right. Well, anyway, I'll see you when you get here, regardless. All right. Bye. One sec here. So, I mean, obviously, yeah, 70% say yes. I mean, either way, I'm going to react to it. It's just a matter of...
Yeah, and I mean, obviously. I just... yeah, no.
It's just a matter of if it's now or...
Lily's asking if I want to take the wig off. Please.
I wish I had a wig right now.
You probably weren't here. I pointed out earlier how I'm going to be wearing this during all the clips that inevitably are going to go around. Yeah.
How is it even going to how is he even entering this conversation? Like, when has he ever talked about history or politics or anything? Like, you're a fucking expert now?
I think he's kind of been dipping his toes into it with some of his recent content. He talked about, I can't remember, I think it was the Olympic boxing event where people were saying one of the women was a man or some, I can't remember, but some medical in between or something like that. Ian did a video about that and said all of the right-leaning people talking about it were dumb, basically.
Hold on one sec.
Well, Anis
Should I read some super chats?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Anis is Lebanese, so I'm sure he's, you know, at least familiar with it somewhat through her. I don't know to what degree.
He just means as a content creator. I don't think he...
Oh.
I mean...
For sure. From what I've heard, I don't know how true this is, but supposedly in some Discord, Anissa said she's like 8% Lebanese. But then in other places, she claims that she's half Lebanese. I don't know which one's true, but she lies on the podcast all of the time. So I wouldn't really take her saying she's 50% Lebanese at face value. I would be more inclined to believe those Discord messages if they are real.
Maybe it's not
assume
political.
not. He's mostly known for making fun of people like Leafy and Tana and stuff, right?
Literally.
Let's see. Are there any super chats that are not related to that? Well, here's one for $69.99. Fucking epic sex number.
69.
Making an Ethan Klein video.
Why would you even want to... the fact that, like, you want to associate with...
I just want to watch the intro, then I think, yeah, here we go. Pretty much get the point otherwise. And I'm assuming... Actually, I think I saw already they did a full response to the entire video on the stream they did after this, the one that came out today. But the intro to this content cop is just so awful and unfunny, so I want to see them react to that part.
The fact that you want to associate with these people openly is so fucking sick. Holy shit, dude.
The beach is surprisingly dangerous. Consider the
fucking thing in our defense, like, actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan of killing his dog is maybe too far, because they have mobilized such an insane... Oh, he's so disgusted. He's so disgusted, you guys. He just discovered empathy, man. It's hitting him hard here today. Harassment group that anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people. Wait, that's who what, says any fucking thing. Hold on.
Yeah, that was a weird choice.
That's what made him think he needs to make this?
Well, you went a lot more than that.
That's not what he should.
I mean, yeah, I think you could have showed a different part, but
too far, because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group.
That's coughing, man.
That anybody who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have...
Also, this is not Ian and Anissa's house. So, he brought the police uniform on some vacation to an Airbnb that they went to, even though he hasn't filmed one in 8 years. He brings that cop outfit around with him on vacation.
So I'm saying that I don't remember the context, but it doesn't seem that crazy. Saying that like there's a mass campaign of people online, which now he's a part of, that anybody that expresses like any sympathy for Israel gets absolutely fucking harassed into oblivion, which is literally, he's proving my point. I don't see why that would set you off, bro.
So when he did the trailer, I had suspicions, even though, yeah.
Everybody suspected, but I was like, there's no shot. That's just so stupid. Why would he do that?
I watched back that footage. You did go in on him a little bit. You call him spineless. You said you're no friend of mine.
So what?
Well, I'm just saying, just to give the context.
He is spineless, and this just proves it. Like, what a fucking coward.
Right, but after you've said those sorts of things about him, I don't think you should be as surprised as you were that he would do a content cop on you. Like, you literally said you were flabbergasted.
It's still not enough, man. I was rightfully upset. Like, what? He's a fucking peach in that situation, not standing up for me? Well, clearly he agrees with them, like, a lot. Oh my God, dude.
Here is go back.
That intro that justifies this content cop. Me saying that I feel like people who don't think that Israeli civilians should be killed are being like ganged up on online. That's it? That's what made you throw this on? Okay. That's pretty serious stuff there, dude. Bro, you literally look like a fucking free tattoo pack that you get for 25 cents from a windy thing, bro. Like, literally, my kids have cooler fucking tattoos from Chuck E. Cheese. And people go, oh, Mr. No, listen. That's right. I'm going after his tattoos. Bro.
They are just stunningly terrible. And on their podcast, Ian and Anissa have said they just pick them out of a book. Or I could be confusing it with someone else. Maybe they might have even said they go to like the gumball machine sort of thing where they have a bunch of different standardized tattoos in there. You put a quarter in and whatever ball comes out, that's a tattoo you get kind of randomly pick. Either they do that or they just pick them straight out from the book of default tattoos. It's very crazy to me that you would brand your body with something so generic and uninteresting.
That's right. I'm going after his tattoos. Bro looks like he just went to the menu and was like, I'll take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Cringe, bro. I'm kidding, by the way. People are going to be like, this is all he had to say? This is going to be really... I don't think this is going to be hard to react to at all. I mean, so far, this is just pathetic.
What if he's suiting up to defend you? Maybe he agreed with that clip where he said all the people are...
I think it's...
I'm just going to hold out. And he got all those people together in order to slam them.
That would be kind of inspiring, although...
He made them apologize.
That's right.
All right. Yeah, I mean, after everything we've been through, that might actually be a nice olive branch.
What a twist.
He's so zany, you guys. Remember how zany and cool Idubbbz is? He's doing karate and cool. He's being silly in a fucking cabin. Look at him go.
It really is just kind of sad to see this. I think one of the top comments on the Content Cop video is, this is a gigantic recession indicator or whatever. It does seem like that. It's just, it was not a content cop. It was a content cop in name only. All it ever had was the one skit at the very beginning where he wears it. There's no jokes in it throughout the entire time. There's no other skits. And it's just retreading points that have been made over and over again. It's like seeing some show that you loved as a kid being rebooted and they have the script written by all AI and stuff. There's just nothing to it anymore. It's like, why? Who is this? Who wants to see this?
Look at him go. Yeah. Yeah. Bro, just to give you an idea, he puts this here. This is like a extremely rare dunny that we gave them. This is like ancient lore stuff, but like we made a special one just for them. Like actual friendship stuff. It's pretty nuts.
Is it supposed to be like Joji's pink guy? Or do they all look kind of similar to that?
Is this funny?
No, putting multiple cigarettes in your mouth at once is such an overplayed joke. I mean, it's been done so many times. They did it in the Looney Tunes cartoons. It's completely overdone.
Is that funny? Should I be listening to this guy? Like he's setting it up like he's the moral arbiter. He's like, I'm drunk. I'm dancing around my cabin like a lunatic.
That's the joke.
And I'm putting cigarettes out on my pants.
It's ironic. You wouldn't understand.
It's ironic, right? But it's also like the character for real.
Also, did he just litter those cigarettes? Put them out in his pants and they're not in his hand anymore. He better not have littered.
But he presents his arguments like they should be listened to. I mean, that's the whole thing. Bro's actually out there like Timothy McVeigh. He's running to the closest fucking kindergarten to blow it up. Quick, there's a Jew. I heard there's a Jewish.
That's not what Timothy McVeigh did.
Isn't he the one that blew the Unabomber?
You're thinking of Kaczynski.
Oh, Kaczynski. Kaczynski's the one that lived in a cabin in the woods?
Yes.
Well,
okay.
Maybe they both.
Timothy McVeigh is the Oklahoma City bombing.
Right.
Yeah.
They both had.
Maybe
vibes.
he lived in a cabin too.
They both were vibing out in the woods. Oh man.
Explosive personalities, both of them.
True.
Maybe.
Guys, it's Shabbat. All the Jews are at temple.
What's up, everybody? I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in California, Los Angeles. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs.
It's a cloudy day in Los Angeles.
That's my line.
Wait.
I'm having a fantastic one. Because
Wait, is this live?
By the way, Hassan literally goes and talks about how I'm obsessed with him, and I can't talk about him, and I can't stop talking about him. And this is what he's working on in the while he's complaining about that.
No, I mean, to be fair, he gave Ian maybe 2 minutes of his time. This whole video that Ian did is basically swearing his allegiance to Hassan, and Hassan gave him 2 minutes of his time and some terrible acting.
I can't believe it, man. It's stunning stuff. It really is.
I can't believe that when I came in here today, my main fear was shitting my pants, and now it's like
that's secondary.
That's the end of my list right now.
I already vomited.
There's a scene here I'm working towards. I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole thing, but I just want you guys to see this.
Okay.
I have a very important announcement. I finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's Content Nuke, and I'm not going to call it Context Puke as I normally do, because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct.
Bro, he loves that out of context thing. Like, that video was so well sourced. The full context to everything.
I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist.
That's not what I accused you of.
And also, if you're going to make this joke about context, then you would need to have it so every single clip that you use against Ethan is in solid context. But that's not the case. Like, he has the clip where Hila says, I can't remember what the guy's name was, but that one Israeli official that got fired, and Hila is like, oh, Bibi fired a really good guy, like a cool head who was keeping things more moderate. And then they take that back later, like almost right away, because they realize they were wrong about that. But Ian just plays them saying that clip, that, oh, it's a shame that this guy got fired. And also he plays the part where Ethan is talking about Dan Clancy and he calls him a PDF. Well, it was like seconds later that Ethan walks that back and he says, "Oh, I don't actually have any evidence for that. I'm just going off his looks."
But go on. Keep straw manning what I said. Co-signed by Ian.
I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true.
Didn't call you a vicious anti-Semite.
Well, never say never.
Well, I think he's. I think he's.
You've definitely called him an anti-Semite many times.
Vicious is different. I think he propagates anti-Semitism. I don't think he does it intentionally.
I'm just saying.
I think you said raging.
Yeah.
Raging.
I don't remember.
You maybe never used vicious specific.
I don't think I've ever said I don't think he consciously hates Jewish people. I think he propagates anti-Semitism. I don't even. But I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't think I am. But it doesn't really.
That'll end up being the next clip that plays.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter either way. It's fine.
Yeah, I feel like Ethan probably has said that in the past. So somebody could just take this clip and then probably put like back-to-back clips of him saying something very close to vicious anti-Semite.
Just saying. Just never say never.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me both physically and also mentally. I've been...
Why? What? Are we actually doing this frat bro thing? This is the fucking cutting... This is the cutting edge criticism that Hassan's hotter than me? Are we actually doing this?
Ethan is more attractive than me both physically and also mentally. I've been...
What? You can say you're smarter than me. I don't care about that. But like, why are you doing the I'm hot and you're not? Like, what is this? What is this? Holy shit, bro.
I mean, that's one of the closest things to a joke in the entire content cop, right? Even if Hassan actually believes that stuff, it's at least delivered as a joke. And I mean, there's not very many of those throughout the content cop.
By the way, he still hasn't watched the content, Nuke. I guarantee it. The content puke.
Been lying about everything, including my glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the content, Nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know?
Okay. There you go. You fucking debunked.
I think he's referencing the post of him in the tub, because in that post you talked about his glasses. I was wondering if that's what
I think he told me at one point. I mean, he might have both. But no, I'm 100% sure that one time he came on Leftovers and he was wearing unprescription glasses. 100%. So I mean, like he might have both, or maybe his vision.
I just remember the last episode.
He
said. I remember the last episode. He said he didn't have his on him. Maybe that's what you're referring to. He said he couldn't see the screen the last episode of.
No, I'm not referring to that. Okay. I'm referring to something else. But I mean, fine. You got me on the glasses thing. Fucking owned, I guess.
Everything. How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Look at this.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Bro, what? I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
It really is just the lamest bit ever. We're gonna act like waking Ethan up from a nightmare. I don't understand how he convinced other people to do this in a video that was going to be public. I would be so far past embarrassed to participate in this stupid bit. It's just way, way too try hard.
This is just I can't do it.
I'm to be away.
Did you tell him to say he's hotter than me? Was that your line? I think it probably was. Okay.
Ethan,
wake up, Ethan.
This is no longer a dream. This is
Denhams, who once again aligning himself with Denhams, who literally calls my wife a baby killer, amongst other insane, terrible things. So that's good.
This is no.
And she was one of the people who when she heard about the CPS allegation, she was like, "Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Every time I hear about Ethan, it's something more outrageous." She just totally bought into it and did nothing to push back against it at all. I don't remember exactly what Hassan said, but I'm pretty sure he even said this CPS stuff is crazy. I don't condone it or whatever. But Denims was just like, wow, Ethan abuses his kids. That's so messed up.
Longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
It's not a nightmare. I mean, it is shocking.
What a nightmare.
It's real. Why is he like so full of himself? Where he's like, "Wake up, dude. This is your nightmare." Like, dude, you're not that guy. You're not that guy anymore. Clearly.
Dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
This dumb bitch. Well, oh yeah, because she was calling rape victims liars. That's why I called her a dumb bitch. Do you remember that part, Ian, or you don't care about that?
Ethan, wake up.
Oh my God. Frogan, what a nightmare. Talk about a jump scare. This man willingly got in a room with Frogan.
Yeah, so you couldn't just give even a 5-second warning that approaching Frogan appearance. Nothing. You're just gonna throw her on screen like that.
To make a video about how I can't, bro, I can't. How is this real? This is like, am I dreaming?
See? They told you to wake up.
I think I do need to wake up. This is surreal. Idubbbz was literally like co-signed Frogan, the girl who said, "I hope fucking veterans get PTSD."
Wake up.
The girl who put on a fucking racial tier list. He's co-signing. The world really has lost its mind. It really has, man. It's crazy.
Wake up, Ethan.
Once again, I barely even talked about you. I don't even know the fuck. I've seen clips of him, but I don't know who this guy is. I know he's Sean DeBlack. I know that's his name, but I get the feeling it's one of these situations like with the Millhouse guy. God, why is he being so cringy? Look how he's creeping around like he's like, caught you, Zionist.
Wake up. Wake up. Snooze anyone? Just wake up.
Snooze anyone? You can tell like he's got no jokes. His jokes is just.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. This is basically the closest Ian gets to telling jokes in the entire video. He does some silly faces in the opening. He uses a silly voice. Just a dire state of Idubbbz.
Just like walking around sillily. That's holy.
Sometimes that hits.
I know. Sometimes it hits. It's not a one time. It's not a one trick.
Right. It shouldn't be a one trick. It's a tool in the toolbox to do silly walks. For sure.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up, Ethan.
This is like the most unintimidating group of idiots you could ever assemble. Like this is like so funny to me. Holy shit. And by the way, if they think this is going to stop what's coming, which is what I think is so funny, they think like it's not, okay? Everything that I said's coming is coming. This is actually pretty entertaining. I'm not even fucking tripping. This is kind of fun to watch. It might take me 2 episodes to get through this anyway.
We were late on the dock today, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of vibes. Well, it's funny. We were talking yesterday. We're like, well, if he does drop a content nuke, that'd be a good title and thumbnail. But I was like, you guys are insane. It's so stupid. Obviously, it's not about me.
I seem to recall saying, yeah, I think it's probably not, but I wouldn't say it's a 0% chance. And you said,
yeah, Mr. 0%.
No,
I thought 0%. It was 0. I thought it was 0%. No, I thought it was so insane because I was like, we had like one.
I don't disagree that it's insane for him to do it, but genuinely, also, I don't know.
Well, clearly I was wrong. I thought it was 0. That's how confident I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
I do think it's kind of crazy that after how he talked about Ian, he really thought it was a 0% chance that Ian would do the content cop on him. I didn't think the content comp was going to be about Ethan either, but I would not have put it at 0% chance. So, I mean, he did talk quite a bit of crap about Ian and Anissa.
Well, there you go.
They're doing the L fucking Fortnite dance? Are we still doing that?
I'm not going to do a react.
You actually talked to all these... This man brought Frogan, Denims, and Shonda Black to do the Fortnite L dance?
And also, Shonda Black is like on the other foot. They're all kicking out their right foot right now. He just kicked out his right foot and is starting to kick the left. I mean, you only had to synchronize this for 3 to 5 seconds. You couldn't get it better than that.
Bro thinks it's still like 2000 or whatever, or 2020 when this was funny. Was it ever funny? I don't know.
Content yet, chat.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe I was wrong about that. Looked like she might have been in sync with them.
Does this feel like a second intro?
And then here he's doubling down on the song. How can he do that? How can he talk to a Jewish man and trivialize what people are saying makes them feel like it's a racial anti-Semitic trope? And here he is co-signing it. He can't even be like, I understand what you're saying, but I disagree. No, he's co-signing it. He's saying that this is not anti-Semitic and you're crazy for thinking a racial fucking tier list was inappropriate. Someone says, I can't believe Hassan agreed to this. That's the least surprising thing about this. Now, to me, I'm totally not surprised at all that any of these people are in it. What just surprised me is that Idubbbz is stooped to this level here.
I cannot believe Hassan let Ian do this to his microphone. Unless he has an extra one of these coverings or whatever, I would never be able to use the microphone again after Ian did this. I mean, it is just pathetic. This is the height of the jokes in the content comp, is that, oh, he throated the microphone and did the silly dance and made a silly face. That's basically all of the jokes, all of the attempts at humor in the whole video.
Okay, it's going on a bit now. We get it.
Well, again, there was already an intro to the video.
Yeah, how many? I'm woken up. You gave me plenty of time.
We're 3.5 minutes in.
Yeah, come on, I'm up. He's up. It's not Easter yet.
It's not quite Easter, but he's up.
This is fun. Can I get a soda? Let's get some.
What do you want?
Food.
Choose your weapon. What do you want?
I'm into the Diet Dr. Pepper lately.
The Dr. Pepper?
Diet Dr. Pepper.
That zero sugar root beer.
It's so good.
It's really hitting lately.
That's my favorite.
They kind of nailed it.
That one does not have caffeine in it.
Right.
Which is why I'm sometimes I go for the Diet Dr. Pep.
All right.
This is crazy. This is bananas, actually. Is this him promoting Creator Clash?
I don't know. I don't really.
It seems like it could only hurt him. It was so many of the people that would go to Creator Clash were fans of H3 and Ian back in the day. And Ethan was one of the biggest people, if not the biggest person promoting Creator Clash. And now he's just going to piss off a bunch of the H3 fans who are not going to want to go.
See how it directly relates to that.
Well, he's drumming up.
I mean, just getting attention on his channel. I mean, he might plug it at some point in the video, I guess.
From what I understand, he doesn't plug it, and there's no plug in the description either. So,
what does he do?
Whoops. I ticked out.
He's a bit nervous. Oh, okay. I won't laugh too hard.
Yeah.
It's okay. It happens.
How you doing, Dan?
Chilling, I guess. What a day. What a day, am I right?
These people really think that.
Why try to be secret? Like, we already know you're cleaning the stuff up. I think that was Olivia sneaking behind.
That like, I have to. They want all you guys to quit, and for me to just be like alone, little Jew boy, alone by himself, defending Israel. Israel's greatest defender. Israel's strongest defender, Ethan Klein. The one that called Netanyahu a genocidal maniac and said West Bank settlers are valid military targets.
I just hope Cam's not in this video. No, I'm kidding.
What did you say?
I said I just hope Cam's not in this video.
Oh my God, that'd be devastating. Nah, Cam's staying far away from this shit.
I'm kidding.
You're hosting the show, remember?
Super chats that aren't related to this? Somehow I doubt it. Let me see. Maybe if I go to the beginning of.
Well, look, do you think we should change the title and thumbnail?
I mean, you got to, I guess, right?
Yeah, reacting to Content Cop live.
I mean, at least make the best out of it, right? And then I mean,
Yeah,
well,
at
we
this
have
point.
we have got titles and thumbnails for a week.
Yippee.
One problem solved. One problem
Yippee.
solved.
Oh boy.
We ain't doing that.
The thing is, like, I genuinely think that if anything.
Oh, I have some good news.
Yeah.
Potentially good news. Deidre Megadudu said psychology in Seattle / Kirk stood his ground. He's at the end of the video. Love him.
Fucking legend. He knows. You can't take it back. A perfect apology is a perfect apology. You can't unperfect an
Wait,
apology.
is this real? Hold on. Because this is funny if so. Ian's loser ass flew to see Kirk to try and get Ethan's A+ apology grade changed. Actually, insane move.
Which, by the
I don't know if he actually flew there. I think that might have been a joke because the psychology guy says, "Oh, you're here in the room with me," and then it doesn't look like he's in the room. But either way, he still did try to get him to bring the apology grade down and failed.
By the way,
Wait, is that actually what happens in the video?
it sounds like something he did.
It's kind of a funny concept.
It sounds like a joke, to be fair.
I just don't know if this chatter is joking or if that actually is a joke in the video or not.
You know what's funny? I genuinely think that Sam Hyde broke Ian. And when he told me, he was like, he came and he
That was
like,
such a
"I'm doing-"
bizarre chapter.
He says, "I'm doing a documentary on Sam Hyde." I told him, and Anissa was here. I said, "That's a huge mistake. Do not do it." You guys, I don't know who. I said, "Do not do it." Like, trust me, because Sam's the type of guy who's going to get the best of you, really, no matter what. And
And he really did. He thoroughly embarrassed Ian in that. But one of the, I mean, it was just absurd that he brought on some woman to act as his girlfriend and made her pretend she was like addicted to drugs and really going through something. And Ian just bought it hook, line, and sinker. And was like, "Hey, Sam, we need to talk about your girlfriend. We need to get her some help." I mean, once that happened, I think if he hadn't realized already, but at that point, Ian had to have realized, "Oh, shoot, I think I signed up for more than I was ready for. I think I bit off more than I could chew because I just got completely got."
who's going to get the best of you, really, no matter what. And it turns out he did, and he's even crazier than Ian anticipated.
Right.
He absolutely, I think it just broke him. And I mean, Sam Hyde's like super ultra right, so maybe he's just, I don't know. I'm like Sam Hyde now, apparently.
I was talking about it in the.
I don't think Sam thinks very highly of Jewish people either, so I don't know.
I was talking about it in the office the other day, but I didn't know who Sam Hyde was until Idubbbz brought him back in the spotlight.
That's it.
I think a lot of people didn't know who he was, and he kind of brought him back into the limelight, and kind of now he's like popular again.
Yeah, he's popping.
Yeah, I had heard of Sam Hyde before, but I wasn't really familiar with him at all. And after I saw the Idubbbz stuff, I subscribed to Sam Hyde's Gumroad for a year because of the Idubbbz video. That's Idubbbz effect on Sam Hyde, is he gave him a second wind.
And that's all thanks to Ian. Now, I'll say Sam is an extraordinarily funny guy. that inspired me a lot when I was coming up. But he's also like, he's just a little crazy. That's, you know, and also like extremely right wing, and potentially a Nazi as well. Potentially a Nazi. I mean, he had when he did the World Peace show, there was a sketch where it was just a bunch of kids going, Jews, we love Jewish people. And I was like, this makes me very uncomfortable.
I think it was Jews Rock or Jews Rule, something like that. And it was themed as a children's show or something. They had a bunch of zany animal characters, and they just kept saying that over and over again. And then they would cut to the adults, people that were labeled as the Adult Swim executives, just on their phone, not paying any attention to it. I think that's what the joke was supposed to be. That is like, we can do whatever we want on this show, and the executives, they don't pay any attention. Which, you know, turned out not to be true because the show got canceled. But I think that's what the point of that joke was. Not to say that it wasn't anti-Semitic intentions on Sam's part or anything, but I don't necessarily know if that was the point of that skit.
But that's that. Sam Hyde, congratulations. You did break Ian's brain. So. Why is this going so long? What? Okay.
That was epic.
Epic on, dude. Sick.
Third intro?
Does he?
Yeah, third intro. Yeah, I think that's a good place to call it. And I'll link, if you want to see this, I'll link the rest of the episode in the description. And I'll put the stream they did today in there too, so you can see the full response if you're interested in that. Very entertaining to me that H3 is basically singing the praises of Sam Hyde. Like, obviously he had criticism of him there too, but he's like taking Sam Hyde's side over Ian now. He's like, yeah, he and it just makes it that much funnier because Ian really did get completely brain broken by Sam Hyde. I agree with Ethan that happened. It seems like he never recovered after that. And he doesn't know what to do with his content. This I think, how many views is this at now? Just under 5 million. It might be at 5 million now. At 4.994 million. So obviously this video does pretty well, but otherwise Idubbbz content has not been doing super well lately. He struggles to get 1 million views. Oh yeah, so here's another political one. Excellent meme, Mr. President. Your body, my birth vessel. That was about Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh, and multiple right-wing people. 100% women. I think that was the one about the Olympics. So he's definitely been dipping his toes into the politics pool lately. But I mean, look at this. For a year, he has struggled to get 1 million views. 500,000. Not like these are terrible views, but for a 7 million sub channel, you'd hope you break 1 million views every once in a while. But I think it's been over a year since he hit 1 million views on a video. Even the harsh reality of Creator Clash 2 didn't hit 1 million. There we go. I missed the old Idubbbz. And looks like that's pretty close to 2 years ago, because this one is 2 years ago. So, yeah, I mean, it's his best performing video in a while. But based off the like to dislike ratio as far as what the made up extension shows, I don't know that this is going to do so much for his career. And I really don't think he's going to get anything out of siding with Hassan and the Hassan Orbiters. I don't think that's going to do anything for him. I don't think they really care about about Ian in any meaningful way. They did the video because they want to stick it to H3, but I don't think they're ever going to help him out in the way that Ethan helped out Ian by shouting out his show and defending him and that sort of stuff. I feel like he just destroyed the relationship. I mean, maybe you think Ethan destroyed it anyway, but Ian hit another nail in the coffin, or however you want to put it. That, yeah, there's no going back on this. There's no reconciling. Even though Ian said in his content cup that maybe someday later they can reconcile the relationship. I could never see that happening. Like, you made an hour-long video about the guy, critiquing him the whole way. How are you gonna have a friendship after that? That would be so awkward. But yeah, he throws his years-long friendship with Ethan away so that he can cozy up with Hassan, Denims, Frogan. I mean, especially because the only ones that really get views, I mean, Denims, I think gets decent viewership, and Hassan obviously gets very good viewership. But there's not nearly as much to get out of the relationship with these people, and I don't think they're ever gonna sacrifice anything to help Ian out. You know, something like this where it costs them nothing, sure, they'll help out. But if it's ever where Ian's in a rough spot and he needs help or something like that, I can't imagine Hassan, Denims, Shonda Black are going to be there for him. I would be very surprised. But I mean, that's what he decided to do, and I'm very curious if he ever does another content cup now. If it really is a recession indicator and he's going to keep doing these to try and keep his channel afloat, or was he just that upset with Ethan that he did this as a one-time revival? I don't know, but either way, it was terrible, and Ethan's, 15 minutes of Ethan's response to it was more entertaining than the entirety of Ian's video.